Hi guys. Welcome to Vlogdown 2. It's getting closer and closer to New Year's Eve. We are so done with 2016. I don't remember the last time that we were so done with this year, with all the loss that we have suffered as a public. The celebrity deaths have been pretty intense this year. And I don't know if it's just that I'm at that stage in my life where you start noticing things like that more, or if it really actually was the harrowing year that it seemed to be. Sorry that I started this vlog down on such a sad note, but it's like it's constantly playing in your head, and with everything that's going on, you're just like, oh no. It's so sad. I mean, it's so sad. Yesterday my husband and I were talking about that, and he said, and I don't know if this is true or not, if this is unverified or if this is just some sort of goofy rumor that somebody's doing on Facebook. He said that some people were like petitioning to put together cash to put someone next to Betty White. Like, to protect her up until 2016. I'm sorry. I love Betty White. I love her. She's like so inspiring. And when he said that, I was like, yeah, huh? I agree. We should throw in some money for that. Just secure our Betty White. I'm sorry. Okay. I have progress. That's all I have today. I don't really have any plans at all today. All we have is progress, which is actually pretty phenomenal. First, I'll start off with the mystery project. I'm excited at this point. It's not a mystery. Nice. I haven't finished weaving in these ends, and I'm also not great at, you can see, I'm not the greatest at seaming together amigurumis. I always have had a bit of a problem, but I'm trying to get better. There's some spots where you're just like, wow, that's like pretty good. It practically, the yarn practically disappears into the ami. But in others, it's like, butcher. I did like a hatchet job on this guy. But his head might be a little crooked. Might be a little bulbous in the wrong spots. But I think I did a pretty good job. That thing that I was trying to do yesterday with creating that one, just creating a little bit of a ledge there so that you could see that that's clearly the top and that the bottom's the bottom. I call it a ledge only because I don't know what else to call it. It's kind of like a little bit of a line border around that, and you create that by crocheting through, say, the back loop and leaving the front loop on its own in front, so that kind of creates a line effect. Yeah, I removed that because I wasn't doing a good job. And I wasn't doing a good job because I think on the decreases below, I wasn't decreasing fast enough. So it kind of looked like a balloon with a line going across it. So I just took it off and I didn't bother doing that again. And then I saw this crochet amigurumi this morning of a jellyfish that had exactly what I was trying to accomplish. And then I realized I really didn't like it because it looked too much like a jellyfish. And I was like, oh no, it's fine. It came out just fine. And I'm excited. And I'll be putting on, I think that the little extra legs will fit. I think that I'll be able to make them fit. The worry is that I might not have the circumference, you see. But I think that it should be okay. No, I definitely worry about not having the circumference. I might have to, yeah, like, if you just give me a second. Kind of there. It's a tight fit. Like, straight out, it's a tight fit. But they're dangly. They're dangly. Definitely dangly. I like that. I would have liked them to maybe be a little bit more dangly. And for that effect, I should have put some rice on the bottom. But I didn't take the time to do that. But it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm very happy with this. I now have less than, well, I have 2 days, give or take, to knit myself little, well, to finish and to put the little face on, which I think, I'll be honest, you guys, there we go. Mission accomplished. Sorry, fish. Not a fish, it's a whale. There. Mission accomplished. That actually kind of looks neat. It'll do for now. Eventually I might change them, but so got the face. Maybe I'll make it like a little, I'll do a little bow tie for it. I think I'm going to do a bow tie because I think it's going to be a little man for my husband. Shoot, it's supposed to be you know who. And so yeah, 8 little tiny socks in 2 days. I think I could do that. I just have to stop doing everything else. We shall see. We shall see. I'm excited. Happy. I hope that my husband likes it. I hope he likes it. I hope he's not watching. Today he threatened to watch me yesterday. And I was like, you're not going to watch, are you? Because he, you know, was scrolling through his phone and he saw it and he clicked on it, but he didn't play it. He played like the first couple seconds of it. And I just looked at him and I said, you're not going to watch it. Stop. And he did. He goes, I'll watch it later. He's like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. You guys, I have to share. I went to the grocery store. I told you, I was at the grocery store yesterday. Miracle of miracles. And I got, because I can't have caffeine this late at night. I've been coming home and vlogging at 10, 11, 12 at night, you know, so that I can get something out for you guys for the next day. And I can't have caffeine that late at night, otherwise I won't go to sleep. As it stands, I get so like hyped up from doing a vlog that I'm like wired afterwards and I have a hard time going to sleep. That's unusual for me. I don't have a hard time going to sleep. But I guess, you know, I'm kind of excited. I know this is like going to be the most boring New Year's Eve for me. Like, I'm not going to really do anything. I'm probably going to sit in the hospital room with my husband. But still, I get like excited about doing these things for you guys, for me, for you, for, you know, whatever. because it's just a lot of fun. It's so distracting from like the everyday humdrum of life. You know, every day we just inch a little bit closer to another day, and there's never enough hours in the day, and it just really feels like I can take this bit of time, share some things with you that are very personal to me. I don't mean my personal life. I mean like my yarn, my knitting, my this, that. I mean, these things are like, nobody else gets it, you guys. Like, I take my knitting with me everywhere, and people are like, oh, that's so cute. You're so good at that. I could never be good at that. And I really want to say, you're right. I mean, honestly, you guys, with that friggin' attitude, you're absolutely right. I've never been good at that. No, you won't. No, you won't. Not with that attitude. Wrong attitude. So, whatever. I don't even remember where I was going with that. I just freaked myself out. Woo. Okay. So delicious. Cocoa. What did I just skip? Listen, guys. So I went to the freaking store. I got myself cocoa because I can't have caffeine at night. So this is my first cup of cocoa. I feel a little bit like a child, but it's my first cup of cocoa that I've had. Like, I maybe had 1 cup of cocoa this year, or even a bit of it, because my husband's the cocoa drinker. Right now, it just warms me up. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I'm just drinking it, and it's literally just warming me up. More than that hot toddy. I wonder why. Oh, it's so good. It's just that Swiss Miss thing or whatever. I think I'm gonna try and get better cocoa. That way I can have something warm to drink at night, and I don't have to miss the caffeine because I miss tea at night. It's been a long time that I've not been able to drink tea late at night because I get to I'm just very sensitive. Okay, so enough TMI for this episode. No, give it a minute. On to the socks that I forgot to bring home yesterday. I got a little work done on them, and remember, this was testing the whole button theory about not having to skein up or cake up 2 separate balls of the same yarn so that you can do your 2 at a time toe ups. Well, it works, but it takes a little doing. It was working just fine when I was paying plenty of attention, and so it's not hard to keep it, you know, pretty much fairly untangled. It does take a little bit of doing. This yarn is fiddly, obviously, because it's so thin and it's so windy. So it's always going to twist up on itself. That's always going to be an issue, but once you get used to working with teeny tiny yarn, it's really not that big a deal. You get really used to it. I'm not used to this button thing for fiddly yarn. It was really cool for the it was really cool for, where am I going, for the octopus. But yeah, I didn't get to enjoy that for very long because all I used that little technique for, or that little trick for, was the head, at which worked up really fast because I'm using it 2 at a time. So, but for that, I loved it. For doing something 2 at a time, and it doesn't matter if it twists up on itself, that it's fabulous. For this, where I need to move fast, so far I don't got it. The little tailoress, I have to say, she mentioned that she was really that's all she does for her 2 at a time toe-ups. And so I don't know how, like, because I have to pay attention to how I move my yarn around and how this yarn is coming up, because it'll twist up on itself no matter what. But earlier I went several rows with it, just letting it twist to see what would happen. Several rows, just letting it twist. And it did eventually come up all the way up here where it just twisted and it wasn't gonna let me keep going. But then it was just a matter of doing this. And so it worked out. It's still, either way, it's really cool. I love it. I might do it again. More than anything, I'm loving this yarn, you guys. I mean, look. I'm sure I showed you guys already. It's just so beautiful. I would have liked a little bit more purple in it, though. Yes, I thought that I might have seen a little bit more purple. So, on to the actual socky. These are going to be for my husband. See? And that's how much I've gotten done so far. Most of which I really did at the hospital earlier today. This is like the blue waffle pattern. What I did was I went to the website for the free pattern, and there was a lot of writing in there. And I didn't feel like reading it. So I scanned to see what kind of stitch it was. Where's the rib? Like, how does it work? And, you know, is it complicated? It's a it's a waffle stitch. Waffle rib stitch. And I thought it was going to be complex or something, and I'm going to spend all kinds of time trying to remember it, and I don't want to remember it. I'll just take a picture of just that one part, which is rude. But it's a free pattern, so it's cool. But it was simple. I mean, the waffle stitch was right there in just a couple of short, very easy to read words. And the rest of it was like, la la la. So I just did it toe up. And I don't know if I'm doing it backwards, but it seems to be okay so far. I like it. I don't know if it looks like a waffle. It doesn't feel like it looks like a waffle to me. Maybe it would look like a waffle if it was one color. Does it look like a waffle? I don't know. I feel like I'm not getting good color. Not color, lighting. Huh? I like it, guys. I like my stripes. They're pretty. All the little colors are beautiful. Everything on my screen seems to be showing up beautifully. So I hope that you guys can see how gorgeous this yarn is, and how pretty that really simple blue waffle stitch is. Since I have my perfect, for me, little toe up sock recipe, I'm super happy. I'm doing my best to just kind of shove other things in there, and that blue waffle stitch is super, that waffle stitch is super easy. So yeah, kind of like in person it looks waffly. Yeah, that's kind of a neat effect. I think on screen, on there, it seems to lose a little bit of the waffle effect in translation from here to the video. And I think that that's because of the variegated colors. But they peek through really nicely. I think it's really pretty. It's gonna look nice. I'm enjoying it, and it's super fast and super easy. It's a really mindless pattern. So very nice. I will link down below in the description the actual pattern, because in case anybody else might want to do them. It seemed like they're really easy to follow instructions. More cocoa. I've never used these. I showed these off a long time ago. I did. As soon as I saw these, their lantern moon tape measure thing. Adorable. Oh, so this is my special surprise. I have an FO. Where, oh where did you get time to do an FO, you say? Because I'm bad, that's why. Remember? Did we do some of that yesterday? I can't even remember when I started it. This is that thick and quick wool ease that we used up. Okay. Don't laugh, all right? I'm not a hat person. I am not a hat person. Like, I have fluff. You guys, look at my hat. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, kitties. I can't believe I did it. What is up with that hair? You guys, I did it. Literally yesterday I did those, what did I say I did? 15 minutes of knitting. And then right now probably I watched a podcast or two. Not even that much. Yeah, I probably did. So, what do you think? You guys, tell me what you think. Be honest. I did Jenny's cast on up here. And I was scared. Like, I was like, did I even cast on the right number of stitches? I used this. I didn't even check to see what size this was. I just grabbed them because I love them because they're green and pretty. They're so pretty. Look at my needles. They're so pretty. And I hardly ever get to use them because I realized I get really tired. My joints in my hands will hurt when I work with chunky yarn because I just want to work it up as fast as I can. But it's so big. Everything's so big. The yarn's so big and this is so big that my fingers and my wrists will hurt. But it's so satisfying to finish something so super quick. These, I can't remember what they are, but I thought I linked something yesterday. But I bought these I actually got a gift subscription a long time ago for $25 on Amazon. And I probably had never really bought very much on Amazon. Mostly my husband did. And I got this 3-pack that was in my wish list of chunky needles. And this is one of them. And it's absolutely beautiful. So love these. Oh, there we go. Size 15. Yeah. Size 15. And so what I did was I cast on with Judy's Magic cast on 40 stitches, knit straight, and then I started thinking, oh my god, I'm doing this wrong. Oh my god, I don't think it's the right size because this is kind of small and it was a little bit hard to work with such a short thing. I'm really used to working with very long things now. This was in the beginning when I started my circular knitting and I wanted big chunkies. And I never really thought about the length of the cords. Nowadays, that's all I do. I won't do anything less than 30 length cords because there's no point. I'm not going to waste my money on small cords and small sizes and small this and that of the same type of needle, just because for the circumference, I guess. And it's simply not because it's not the thing to do, but simply because it's how I save money. So the best thing for me to do in order to save money, because I love using interchangeables so much, is a 50-inch cord, or no less than 30 inches. Same thing for fixed circulars, which is this one. It's a fixed circular because it does not come off on the end here. It's a fairly smooth join. They're fixed circulars, but if I'm going to get a fixed circular, I still want it to be as long as possible so I don't have to deal with what I did here with the stitches being difficult to maneuver around this very short cord. It's good if you're able to fill it with all the stitches that you could possibly need. This is great for a nice chunky cowl. This is a good size, see? And you fill it all up with all the stitches that you want to have yourself a nice drape on your cowl, and your hands won't hurt that much because you won't be fiddling with the cord. Unlike with this, I was fiddling with the cord quite a bit. Okay, so then I went onto a website, onto Ravelry, and I started looking up, I accidentally ran into the hat pattern, a hat pattern for chunky, no, I'm lying. I went to Mrs. Ludwig or Lud something fudge. It's the Knittatron, okay? The Knittatron that I talked about during Vlogmas. I went on there and entered my calculations. I wanted to test out the theory. If I enter the size of the yarn that I'm using, the size of the needles that I'm using, and some other various things that like length and size, and am I a woman, a child, who am I knitting for? Those questions, I enter them all into the system. What kind of pattern is it going to give me? Well, I did all that and I printed the pattern that it gave me and I never looked at it. But I did see that it had me casting on 48 stitches around the brim. And I was like, huh, I only did 40. And then I went on to, because I'm nervous at this point going, oh, should I add more stitches to it around? Like, I'm not trusting myself. So I went on to Ravelry. I ran into another hat pattern with the kitty thing in a bulky size, and she had two sizes, two cast on amounts, one that was 40 and one that was 40 something. Let's say 44, 47. Don't quote me at all. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to just trust myself and just go with it because I have a loose hand, very loose hand. And so we'll just go with it. And I came home, I sat down and I just knocked it out right now. I would like this brim to be a little bit longer, but as it stands, I did that a little bit too long. Like, it's a little bit too long, guys. It's just a little bit too long. So I'm afraid that when I block it, that it's going to get even longer and saggier. But I think it's fine. You pull it down a bit like that in the back, and it goes nice and smooth here. And you get the little ears anyway. And you don't really have to do anything to it. I literally did it top down in probably less than, you know what, I'll say I did it in 45 minutes. For all I know, I did it in an hour or something, because I didn't exactly time myself, but I'm very proud of it. Is it cute? My sister's gonna have to see this and tell me if she likes it. I like it. I think it's really cute. And I think that's pretty much all that I have for today. I think I've babbled on more than enough, and I've taken up enough of your time with my silliness. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start weaving in. I'm not, because I don't know where my weaving in thing is. I'm just going to sit here and knit a little bit and talk about one of the vlogs that I've been watching while I was knitting up this hat. So if you guys want to leave now, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to do really absolutely nothing after I say goodbye right now. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave whatever comments you want. Good, bad, indifferent. The more feedback, the better, guys, because that's how you learn how bad you suck. Sorry. Cat, please. So thank you guys for joining me. Bye. Oh, nose boob. Nose boob. Hold on. First, let me get eye moko. Eye moko. Ow. Let me get it. I got it. Sorry, I have boogers. So, now what we're I don't know why I do this in the closing, guys. I probably shouldn't, because it's always nicer to actually do podcast mentions during the vlog. But I figure if you're a diehard fan, of which I have like probably 3, myself included, I figure you'll just keep watching just to see what the hell I do. That's what I do. I sit there and, like, sometimes people aren't like really doing much of anything and I'm still watching. I'm like crocheting, watching. What are you gonna do? And then something funny happens. It always happens. Not that I'm saying something funny doesn't happen right now. You never know. Okay, so this is, oh, it's getting hot. I'm gonna turn this. The last couple days I watched a couple of podcasts. I haven't finished watching Knit Knacker Natters, but she's adorable. And I think that she's in Singapore, of all places. Really liked that beautiful green shawl that she was working on and showing off. I literally had to pause it at that moment when she was showing it off. So I'm going to go back to it and finish watching it. She's really cute. Kat, you left me with like all your hairs. I watched Inside number 23's Christmas special, and that was really cute. I loved the sweater. I loved the sweater that she's wearing. I just like, I am so far from sweater knitting still. I really, that's definitely on my list of goals for next year. So is Erin's sweaters. Erin, oh dear Lord. I want to make some Erin sweaters. I am really hoping that Rib magazine comes out with some Erin sweaters. I don't know if there are any in the current magazine, but oh boy, I want my husband to have Erin sweaters, and like a lot of them, because they're so pretty. Anyway, so that was the beautiful Fair Isle sweater that I saw that she did, I don't know how many years back. And it's absolutely beautiful. I watched most of the Bakery Bears. They are adorable. Like, kill me now. They're so cute. Cute couple podcasting for ages. I think ages. Unless I'm crazy. Also, today I ran into Dog Dare Podcast. Oh my god. I nearly had a heart attack. Number 1, Grinch. Okay? Number 2, Star Wars. Harry Potter. Downton Abbey. What else did he mention? So many things. So many adorable things. Like, he has to be my best friend. Like, seriously, he has to be my best friend. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but he's so friggin' adorable. And everything that he showed, the yarn, the this, the that, I want it all. Including the masculine knitting bag, the project bag that he was showing. And this is something that I know my sister would like. What's that guy? Not Psycho, but the one with the camp, the dude with the mask, Michael. Crystal Lake bag. I think, is that Crystal Lake? I don't know. I don't remember. But it was that horror movie, Halloween or whatever that horror movie was. And so that was, he says that he has a hard time finding masculine bags. I was like, go dude. Get yourself a masculine bag. I'm going to have to start thinking about what kind of masculine bags I can get my husband, because like, he's going to learn how to knit. He's going to be one of the people on my resolutions. Which, by the way, I didn't mention, did I? I forgot because we started talking. So we did learn to die by editing program. Teach more than one person to knit or crochet. You guys, did I do that? Teach more than one person to knit or crochet? Meh. Organize, decorate my craft room. Well, I'm just going down the list. And for my resolution number 2, that was it with the podcast, by the way. I'm sorry. Forgot to say. Kitty, if you don't want me to do it, stop putting your nose in my hand. Resolution number 2 is declutter my entire house, apartment. I don't live in a house, my apartment. Declutter, and I mean seriously declutter. I already started decluttering my closet, but I have to further declutter. I'm sorry, his noses are so cute. I have to declutter everything. I know I said organize and decorate my craft room, but I mean declutter. Garage, everything. That's gonna mean a lot of throwing stuff away. Out with the old, in with the new, I tell you. That's gonna be 2017. Because I need space. If I want to learn to get serious about dyeing, I need space. I'm in a tiny apartment and I need space. So I'm gonna create a studio in my garage. That is the goal, you guys. I'm so excited. So excited. My eyeballs are like melting out of my face. My brain's coming out of my ears. I am super excited. This was what I've been wanting to do all year, but I keep stopping myself because I'm scared. Because I'm scared. That's the honest truth. And as I've always said, the faster you acknowledge your problems and your fears, the faster you will get over them. So I admit that I have issues. Don't we all? I'm not happy with my bunny. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to try and feed my bunny a treat. Let's see if she'll come, but I'm going to try and feed my bunny a treat, and then I'm just going to nose boop you away. Okay? Not you. Bye-bye. Come on, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, good girl. Where are you, Mama? There you go. Mama. There you go. Oh, good. She's happy. Oh, I thought she was sad.